What is up, guys? It is AJ from MMA Experts, and we are talking about the fight between Jacob Malkoun and Phil Hawes fight here in the UFC middleweight division. Interesting matchup here between these two guys. Phil Hawes had a ton of hype around him. Originally tried out for the Ultimate Fighter, lost there, was brought back on Dana White's Contender Series loss, has also lost in the World Series of Fighting a little while back to Luis Taylor, and now he's earned his way back, went through the Contender Series again. Did very well, coming off a big knockout win over Khadzi Bestaev, something like that. His last name was a little bit tricky to pronounce. His opponent, though, Jacob Malkoun, pretty good fighter, actually a training partner of Robert Whittaker, and I'm really excited to see this matchup here. But before we get into the stylistic matchup, let's talk a little bit about both these guys' previous fights and records. First, I will talk to you about Jacob Malkoun, who's the lesser experienced guy. Only 4 fights as a pro, but is undefeated 4-0. Coming off a win over Sebastian Temesi. In the amateurs, it says he has 2 fights listed here. He may have more unlisted by Tapology, but undefeated guy. From what I've seen from him, he is a guy that is a solid kickboxer, likes to leave that lead hand a bit low, and really nice jab for MMA. Really uses it as a rangefinder well. It has also a big straight right hand that he follows it up with. Also, as I mentioned, the sparring partner of Robert Whittaker. He's also a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu purple belt with a really solid wrestling base. And also on the feet, one last thing, watch out for his leg kicks. They're really nasty. Now, his opponent, Phil Hawes, very dangerous kickboxer with really good hands, tons of power too, and it's really quick and athletic. Also, I feel like he mixes up his strikes, whether it be punches and kicks, very nicely. Also, that good wrestling base that he has, and his top pressure is extremely heavy, and when he unloads ground and pound, it is very devastating. With Jacob Malkoun here, it's going to be tricky for Phil Hawes, though, because this guy's no slouch. He sees Robert Whittaker, who's an extremely high-level middleweight all the time. They train together. I feel like here, Phil Hawes, he needs to, fight smart, but also he needs to attack and land big punches. He cannot lay back and not do enough. We've seen Phil Hawes a little bit stunned by the lights, I guess you could say, in the past in big fights. And this is his UFC debut here against Jacob Malkoun. And at the end of the day, this is his UFC debut also. But Phil Hawes just has that record of sometimes not showing up. I think that for Malkoun, a submission win is his most likely route of victory. For Hawes, I could see a stoppage win, but I'm actually going to ride with a Phil Hawes decision victory in this matchup. I think his wrestling base will be able to play an advantage over Malkoun here. He does have to watch his neck, though, as he shoots for takedowns, because I could see a guillotine finish here. Also, I do think on the feet, Hawes is faster and hits with a lot more power. Now, checking out the betting odds, I know Phil Hawes was the favorite, and he still is fairly substantial, a minus 260 to Jacob Malkoun at a plus 220. If you are looking to place a bet on either one of the guys, for Phil Hawes, a minus 242 over on Bet Online. It's the best place to put money down on him. For Jacob Malkoun, he's a plus 226 over at Sportsbet if you're looking to bet on the dog in this matchup. I think Malkoun has a legit chance, but the smart pick is definitely riding with Hawes, and I am going to ride with him by a decision. And I'm excited to see this matchup. Both guys young, or rather, Phil Hawes now is 31. He was a young prospect. At this point, I'd say he's an older prospect. Malkoun, exciting young guy, coming up 4-0 as a pro and training partner of Robert Whittaker. Very excited to see this matchup. Thank you all so much for watching. Like, subscribe, turn on those post notifications. Also, guys, follow my social media, Instagram, Twitter, and I'll see you all in the next video.